Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tyler Rose TV. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and join the family. Make sure you hit the bell and get notified for when I drop a new video. For today's video, we have, of course, another back and forth between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. When is this going to end? This is without a doubt the most intense chapter in this ongoing conflict that's been building for a long time. Stephen A. Smith has completely changed the game by suggesting LeBron James confronts media members differently based on the color of their skin. I think Stephen A. Smith is trying to change the narrative since many other media outlets have suggested that Stephen A. Smith is only going at black athletes and he doesn't have the same energy for when he got checked by Serena Williams' husband, as I did a video on that. Check it out if you haven't seen it on my channel. I did talk and touch upon that point. However, truthfully, in my opinion, I don't think this has much to do with race. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Once again, this is a personal matter that has, everything to do with their beef. It's about them not liking each other for many, many years. But of course, the quote that got us all in this stupid beef was when he argued, and I mean Stephen A. Smith argued that Bronny James was only in the NBA because his dad, and he should be developing in the G League, which I agree on. He even pleaded with LeBron and said, as a father, stop this, referring to the pressure on Bronny James. And honestly, I think it's fair game. I think Stephen A. Smith was speaking solely about Bronny James. But here's the thing. I think Stephen A. Smith is onto something when he talks about not going at white media members. And if y'all know, y'all might know. But if y'all don't know, let's run the clip. But stay tuned for why I think Stephen A. Smith is onto something. This is Tyler Rose TV. Let's get into today's video.
You bring up LeBron. You ever see LeBron go at a white boy? It's called what it is. You ever see him do that? You saw him come at me. Closest you ever came to seeing him do something like that was when he called out Brian Windhorst. What you calling out Brian Windhorst for? The man covered you since junior high school and has praised you repeatedly. And you used the Pat McAfee situation to go at him. You understand? And that's the only time you ever seen LeBron James, really go at somebody white. I'm gonna call it what it is. So we understand each other. I understand a lot more. And I'll tell you, I'll divulge to my boy and his boy right here, when I did my monologue for 17 and a half, 18 minutes, the day after he decided to go on Pat McAfee's show, all right? And I said what I said and meant every syllable of what I said. Immediately after, I was informed that we won't be hearing more from him about me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because I got receipts. Anytime, any place, anywhere.
So Smith is basically claiming LeBron saves a different, more aggressive energy for black media figures like himself. And of course, many were suggesting the same thing for Stephen A. Smith. Interesting, right? He even brought up ESPN reporter Brian Windhorst, who has covered LeBron for years, noting that the one time James publicly went after him on Pat McAfee's show, he felt like it was an exception to the rule. And it was really weird because Brian Windhorst has always been a LeBron James stan, if you say, a jock sniffer. I don't know what y'all want to call it, but listen, Brian Windhorst has always been in LeBron's corner. So I did find that kind of weird that when LeBron was on a Pat McAfee show, he had that type of energy for a guy that pretty much said nothing but praise and nothing but good things about him. But again, I think this has nothing to do with race. Again, this is a personal matter that has everything to do with their beef and their ongoing history of not really liking each other. I think it just hit the public forums for the first time, and that's why everything is kind of going outraged, because we never knew these people didn't like each other. But when he got confronted, and when he finally found out why he confronted him, then everything started spiraling. But here's why I think Stephen A. Smith is onto something, and listen very closely.
The world understood what LeBron did. Like, other basketball players will hear what LeBron does and go, well, yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? It's like a baseball player and you're hitting a stick out of the way. It doesn't matter. It's like, no. If you knew what these performance enhancers did, then you would know why it does matter.
What do you think he's doing?
There's only one, we have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing. But there's only one golfer.
Please tell.
There's only one golfer. I'm not going to, but there's only one golfer that follows the big three. And the big three is EPO, growth hormone, testosterone. That's the Lance Armstrong diet. There's one golfer, but it's Tiger Woods. Like, yes, it does matter. People will say it all the time, it doesn't matter. John Daly, one of the, it's like, it matters. Trust me that it matters. EPO matters. It's the reason LeBron takes it. It matters. And if other basketballs understood
EPO
what it
do?
did, EPO increases your red blood cells, which gives you endurance so you can play all game long. You can shoot in the fourth
More
quarter
red blood
just like
cells,
you
more
shot in the
oxygen
fourth
in your
minute.
red blood
Yes,
cells. Okay,
yes.
got you.
It's the king of performance enhancers.
UFC's very own Chael Sonnen has publicly went at LeBron James with serious allegations of PED use, right? This was on multiple occasions, and there was no outrage, and not even a defamation of character lawsuit. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the use of performance-enhancing drugs, being accused of that, has to be way higher on the list than someone saying, as a father, take this man off the team because we already know he's on the team because of you. I think these two are way different. I think the allegation is much more detrimental to your career than speaking about Bronny James as a basketball player or saying something as a father for you to be that upset about. Now, there's rumors that LeBron James had some type of AI, lawsuit because people were making him pregnant and using artificial intelligence online. There was some type of lawsuit, some type of thing they put out. So when you think of the energy he had for that, which was something that was silly as that, why wouldn't he have that energy for somebody who's accusing him of doing something that can technically erase some of the history of his own career? Makes you wonder, right? Another person who has been extremely vocal and made a career out of just criticizing and critiquing LeBron James is Skip Bayless. I don't see much being said about Skip Bayless, but I'll tell you this right now. If LeBron James went into Skip Bayless's face, Skip Bayless wouldn't be having the same reaction Stephen A. Smith did in that. Skip Bayless got a mouth on him. Definitely would have said something that got under LeBron's skin. He would be like, LeBron came and he was so upset about what I said about Bronny. And I said, well, where was this energy when J.J. Barea was guarding you? That's something that Skip would have said. Listen, Skip is a savage. I got a lot of respect for Skip, but I digress. But as of now, LeBron James hasn't responded to the specific accusations of racial bias, right? His previous comments have been all about his role as a father, protecting his son from what it seems as personal attacks, right? So without a direct response from LeBron, it's Stephen A. Smith, his accusation against what he perceives as a pattern of behavior. That's pretty much what it is. This beef has spiraled from a critique of a rookie to a courtside confrontation and now to a serious accusation of racial bias. Stephen A. Smith insists his initial comments were fair criticism, and I agree. I don't think he meant anything by saying as a father, get the dude out of the game. The dude's stinking up the joint. The guy got benched from his freaking the summer, the preseason. He got benched because he's shooting so bad from the field. So while LeBron James maintains he was just being a protective father, like I said, adding race has, I guess added more fuel to the fire. But here's what I will say. I don't think this has anything to do with race, and I've already said this on this video, so you've heard me say it again, but I will say this. There has been people who have said more detrimental things to LeBron James's NBA career than Stephen A. Smith saying, as a father, get Bronny out of the game. There has been a lot more said to you as a player that can ruin your career, that you have not spoken about, that you have not, reached out to, or have any type of defamation of character, any legal action. And those are the things I think Stephen A. Smith was hinting at. Again, he didn't say it directly, but then it makes you wonder, a lot of the guys that are saying these things, you're not saying much about. And the one guy that apparently is a part of the Clutch Sports umbrella is Jeff Teague. And guess what Jeff Teague did? He backtracked, he moonwalked all the way back and said, I was just playing with you guys. But he didn't sound like he was playing on that video. His body language, his tone, his demeanor, it didn't sound like he was joking.
He was on steroids, bro. He had to sit out. He was on steroids for real. like legit was on steroids, bro. Allegedly.
But again, that's for another topic. What you guys think about this? Is Stephen A. Smith right about LeBron James not going at quote-unquote white journalists the way he goes out black journalists? And is LeBron James' fan club and some of the media outlets right about Stephen A. Smith? I personally don't sit there and think about the whole racial construct of it because I know this is stemming from a personal beef. And at the end of the day, if we go look at it and find something, I'm sure we can find LeBron James going at white folks. And I'm sure we can find Stephen A. Smith going at somebody as well. So at the end of the day, all that stuff is just public perception. What Stephen A. Smith is trying to do is essentially beat LeBron to the punch of saying, oh, he don't go about that like to white people. And it's all a stupid he say, she say game. And I'm not here for it. But what I'm here for is exactly what I said in this video. So let me know your thoughts down below. So guys, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified when I make another video, and let me know your thoughts on this video. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.